Hi there everyone, and for those of you that are joining me, this is round 2 today, so I'm doing 2 streams to get the clothing done. So I was on earlier, and if you're watching recordings, you can watch here. Hiya, hiya, Susie, 1 minute, I'm just having a sip of my tea. Hey Kenny, did you manage to have a sleep earlier? I really want to get the clothes done today, and then I have... Hi Marie, thank you for joining me back. Once I've done this, I'm going to have to record. Hey, I've got this to record, which is the Alina Lazareva's Victorian with Sweet Dreams, the Fairies, and the Magic Autumn. So I'm going to do a bumper video with all 4 of those. Hi, hi Sam, hi Shannon and Gabby, Marie, all of you. So I really just want to dive straight on back in here. And we're just going to pick up where I left off, which was with the clothes. I was having a little think while I was doing stuff. And hi, Cynthia. Hi, Mona. I'm good. How are you? I've not seen you in such a long time. The corset I want to do in browns, but not so dark. So I'm thinking along the lines of the brown ochre or even sienna and brown ochre. And go on a lighter scale with some natural brown. But yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I managed to walk Chip, and I'm not even gonna lie. I laid on the carpet with the fan, and I haven't moved because I'm so tired and so hot. But I've got a cup of tea with me, and we're gonna continue. So I'm gonna zoom you in. Let's zoom in one, and let's get back to colouring. I can't believe I'm actually streaming late. I've not done this in such a long time. Hi, how do you do it, Vicky? I just caught the end of your stream. Your skin looks incredible. Hey, Nicky. And then you're here. You must be shattered. I'm knackered already. I'm so tired. And then it's like, Vicky's just like Superwoman. She's doing everything at the moment. Okay, so I'm just going to go straight into my blues, I think. So we were using Ocean Blue, Denim, Dark Indigo, and Midnight Blue. They were our blues, and a blender. Hi, Kimberly. Oh, what, are you going to the airport? Or are you at the airport coming home? Sorry, I'm nosy. I'm not even ashamed. I love being nosy. Have you been anywhere nice? Okay, I'm just going to go straight into Ocean Blue. And Ocean Blue Dark is a really deep dark. It's like a grey black, a grey blue black. It's got like a mixture of all of them. And remember, if there's anything with my sound, with my picture, let me know and I'll try and correct it. Okay, I'm going to have to put a little bit of card behind because where we come to the bottom of the page, you're going to have to come slightly off, just have a little bit of card underneath. So I'm just going to go straight to where I want dark first. I work dark to light rather than light to dark on these parts. So here, these parts are going to be a light one. What on the, yeah, I tried to get it as much as I could towards my reference picture. It's so good having reference pictures and colour combination prompts. So hopefully it looks a bit more realistic. So a light application is always the best way forward. It also guides, and I say that every time with, I know I'm like a broken record with it, but it just drums it into the way that you kind of think along the lines with colours. So light application first. I made it back. I found my way back to you guys. I've got that song in my head now. I'll be working my way back to you. I like Motown. What is Smash? Oh, so well, yeah, I went out with Chip, but it was only a short walk and we stayed towards the shady side. Oh, snacks. All of you are making me hungry, even though I am not eating a dinner today. I've never eaten that. Oh no. Oh, they're sweet. Well, yeah, we have Smash here. I was thinking that, but I was thinking she can't be eating Smash. I thought that was just here in the UK. But I don't like Smash. You can't beat homemade. I've never eaten Smash in my life. So Smash in the UK is dried packet potato mix. I've had a sandwich, Charlotte, all day, and that is enough. Hi, Jo Beth. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining me again. So we are on a bit of a broken record here, and we are continuing because we do real-time colouring, and I can speed this up in a speed video at the end and combine all of the streams together. But for now, we're doing in real time to show you the process. So just the ocean blue dark at the moment. So I'm going to go straight on over to this part. And again, we're going to go to all the shaded areas. I'm just picking out the parts that I would like to be darkest. Yeah, I'm here twice, but I'm not here on Thursday. I don't do every Thursday. I do the occasional Thursday. But Thursday is going to be 37 degrees. And to be quite honest, I will just melt and under this lighting. And yeah. That's no problem, Becky. And hi. Well, I've got so much to do tomorrow, but I'm going to try and get it done in the morning before it heats up. I think it's best to get it done early before the heat starts kicking in. So right between 8 and 10, 8 and 11 in the morning, get everything done so I can just relax and not get hot. So I've got a day like that tomorrow. But then again, you know, I don't know if anybody else had those changes. And I've talked about it with Susie before. I used to be able to clean the house top to toe in a day. That does not happen anymore. I had to sacrifice that when I, you know, my back got injured. And now I just do a room or what I can manage and then stop. I don't push it. And then the next day I'll do another room and I do that. You know, it's all changed. This is the, I think Lou used 200 GSM cardstock and then cut them all equally. I did these ones, but she's done the exact same. So they're one hole punch, 200-gram card, and then you know, just all cut to the exact same size. Hey again. And that way you can put it on a ring and then put it all together. They're really handy, aren't they? Because for when people do want to mute the stream, yeah, they're great. Okay, so we've also got some fabric coming here. So I'm going to also do that with the ocean blue. And if you give me 24 hours, I'll put all the conversions up. I say 24 hours because I'm not going to do that this evening because I've got some filming to do after here. And by tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon latest, probably tomorrow afternoon, I would have updated the descriptions with everything. So just a little bit of time and I'll be with you. I should have updated everything. So it's just in those parts, and then we got over here too by the bird. Ah, Maria! That sounds like a very happy male. Have fun with them. Yeah, same here, Charlotte. That's the way I do it. It's the only way. Hey, Sue. It's the only way. I used to be able to do it top to toe in one whole entire day, get everything done. Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way anymore. It's one room. And by the end of that room, I've had enough, you know. It's time to sit and not get sore. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow morning. 2 hours is enough. That's my time limit. Okay. Again, I'm just adding a very light application of my darkest colour, and it's just to plan out where I want my colours to go. It's going to match her hat. Hey, I'm back again. I'm back again because I didn't get everything done on the last stream that I needed to, so I am back. I'm going to do mwahaha because you get to have me twice. For some of you, it'll be like, no, not your voice again. Yeah, no, I'm trying to get the clothes done and the gold done. If I've done all that, then the next stream will be a lot easier because I'm not here on Thursday. Okay, so that is my darkest colour. Hey, Natalie. How are you? And we're going to go for Midnight Blue. And again, I'm just going to go to all the lightest areas now. So just plant your light colour in. You'll see on the page the difference because you've got a dark and a light. And then after that, you work your way through. So it's just putting everything you need down on your page to work with. So let's plan very lightly, and the same with coming down the side, just like that. Oh no. Do you live near your parents or anything, Lozzie? I mean, I personally, so I like my own company. Not all the time though, but I do like my own company. I think I get a lot more done, and then I also, on the flip side, I love having Andrew, so it works both ways. But I'm comfortable with my own company too, if that makes sense. Okay, so I've put the two colours down that I'm heading for. So if I zoom out one, it's a lot easier to see. Right, so we're going to go for darks, lights, combine the two. A light brown, and then we're going to do the gold trim. So it's, yeah. Ah. What's my next month's hashtag? Okay, Bethan. Oh my gosh, go and do your shopping. She's at the grocery store with me on. I feel like saying, everyone to Eilate. You crack me up. It's Colours of the Orient books, I think. I have to look at my own hashtag. My phone's over there. Colours of the Orient books, yeah. I think so. I've got it written down. I promise. I'm not that unorganised. Okay. Dark indigo. Let's take some of these out of the screen. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, as always. So now we're going to start to layer up our clothing like we did with the hat. Still undecided on the background at this precise moment, but things usually come to me as I progress through. I like to see all the colours down first, and then from there it usually comes. I'm very, very, very undecisive with backgrounds. I know that I want something to represent the ocean or represent something along the lines of what the theme of the page is. Oh, there's loads. I mean, even the Orient books, there's so many. It's like Japan, Korean, Chinese. There's loads. I was looking through our collections. There is absolutely so, even like the romantic country books and stuff, because she's Korean, isn't she? Iri or Irie. How does she pronounce her name? Iri? Iri? You never know. I don't like to say people's names wrong. Because, yeah, she's from, I'm sure she's from Korea. I know. There is an amazing, amazing amount of talent in the community. Everyone, you know, everyone. Okay, but I know I just want something to represent it. So again, I'm going to come back to Midnight Blue and then I'll put some denim in after. So just a small amount, just blend it out. You don't have to press hard on these because the sad thing is that the paper's not doing actually very well with the pencils, in my opinion. I think I'm having a bit of trouble trying to get a smooth blend. That's why the blender's coming in handy. Oh, that's good. I'm glad that you're feeling a bit better. Monique, I think you've got better faith in me. I could try, but I'd have to do it on a piece of paper beforehand. I love that you guys have more faith. You really do. Mind you, I did draw my feathers and surprise myself for my last one. So, never say never. Okay. Let's blend that out a little bit. So, yeah, as I was saying, if you find that you're having problems with any paper and any set of pencils, grab your blenders because that's what they're there for. As long as you've got your shading down how you want it to look and the colours in the order that you want them, it will work out. Because you can always come back in again. It doesn't have to just be one round. You can go again until you've got it right. Okay. I was thinking about sunset originally, but I don't know. I think it'd be too bright on my eyes. I'm not one for having all these brights. Oh yeah, if you've got the romantic country ones, you certainly have, because she is from, I'm sure she's from South Korea. Okay, I'm going to come back to my original colour and just put some of that in before we put some denim blue. I'm sure she's from Korea. So she would definitely count, Charlotte. I do love hashtags. I've been doing them for so long now. I can't remember a time not doing them, really. Hey, Mia. How are you and your little fur baby doing? I know you've got babies, but the little mini new one. Okay, let's go for some denim. And let's put that over. It goes really nicely with the midnight blue. Okay, that works perfectly. So we're going to come down to here now. With this part, it's got a lot of texture. Oh, lovely. Hey, welcome back, Katie. Yeah, I had a look finally at that flip because I've not seen a flip through until I just watched yours. I like the sweets one. The sweets one's cool. I like that one. Some of them I'm a little bit disappointed in because I think that sorry, I'm talking about the new White Stag colouring book. Hey, Rose. Some of them are a bit too, what's the word I'm looking for? Like lonely on the page. And then the others are really, really good. But the sweets one's my favourite if I'd had to pick. So we're going to go for dark indigo, and we're coming down to this area here, and we're going to start to apply more colouring. We've got to go around the edge of here, but we're going to do that with our lighter colours. And just, I'm very, very light on my pressure. And I find that if you're going too heavy, you're just going to have too much colour down. if you fade out your colour on a light pressure, is fine. I'm just going to put that in here as well. Same with the side here. Hey, Danny. Yeah, I agree. I think there was a couple that were just like, you could have put just a bit more on a page. But then again, it gives you a little bit more, I don't know, it kind of gets your creative juices flowing because it's making you kind of either leave it plain or put a background, you know, yourself. But some pages, I like them being there. What one you doing? Yeah. I've debated on it, but I'm going to wait. The reason why I'm going to wait is because I haven't done enough in my others yet. And you know me, I'm usually, I've got to buy it. But no, I think I'll wait until I've done some more because I haven't done a Misfits for a long time because I've not been in the mood. I'm very much a mood colorist. I have to be in the mood for things. They're there when I fancy getting mucky with paint. Ah, thank you, Rose. Yeah, Cynthia, I think a lot of us have that same problem. It's just a big open space and it's how to fill it. Okay, back to Midnight Blue. Now, again, you're just blending that into your current colours. So you're not leaving any space. No white space is going to be left. It's all filled. You just mix it all in. It will all go together like butter once you get the blender on it. If it wasn't this paper, you wouldn't need the blender. We'd be doing this without. I think because it's so smooth, we're having to use it. So the technique would still be more or less the same, except we would blend it out a little bit more without the blender if we were on a different paper, that's all. But the colours and the colour combination would be exactly the same. So just treat it as though if you were going to scan this picture and do it yourself on a piece of paper, you would probably not have to use it. So still use the same techniques and the same colours. You would just not have to do the blend part. Well, YouTube got late to the party. Right, I'm just going to get my blender now. It's against me today. I've just made a cup of tea and I'm drinking it in this heat. I made myself a million times hotter. I don't know what possessed me. So I'm just down in this part because we've come back in with some more dark. Keep that line there, so don't mess around. There's like a line, leave that. Come to these blendable parts here. And this is going to be a gold buckle. So we've got to do some more detail in this corset, but colours down first is most important. And you work upon stuff once you've got your colours there. Lozzie, I am not believing that for a second right now because I'm absolutely roasting potatoes. Okay, now I need to come to a dark, and you know I'm going to grab my Midnight Black because I think that would be perfect right about now. So I'm going to grab, why have I got two chocolates out? I don't know. I'm going to grab Midnight Black. And I'm down in this area and there's like a buckle. So we're going to go underneath the buckle. And remember, if you've got an object that is against something, it's always naturally going to create shadow. So just very lightly apply that. And the same with like this line, I'm just going to make that stand out a bit more. And just fade that in. I'm not going to go all the way, I'm just going to go partially. And then back to your ocean blue. Aw. You guys deal with your 5-year-old. Don't worry about us. We're still here. Bless. Okay, back to your ocean blue and just make sure that it's fully blended to my liking. Because denim is your last one. And thank you for joining me again, because I am on a double stream and I don't usually do that because here it is 9 o'clock at night and that is very, very unusual for me. Usually night times is my time with Andrew. So I will sacrifice that and I'll come today, but I've really wanted to get her clothing done. Yeah, when I'm sort of off streams, I tend to, that's like family time. And it's too hot to do anything. I'll come on stream. Yeah. My man. Okay. Denim was the last colour, wasn't it? You find though, when you've been with someone for so long, even if you're both doing separate things, it's the other one being there is such a comfort, isn't it? Okay, that's the kind of colour I really want on that corset. Now, I'm going to come off the page because it looks a bit bizarre. So I'm going to just go for my dark indigo a second. Yeah, there is. It's a comfort. Okay, so I'm just going to bring that all the way down because it hasn't got the line, but I'm going to make the line. And it just looked bizarre not being right to the bottom. So I'm just putting that in. So just go all the way down. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. That's the colour I'm looking for. Right, so we're going to come over. I think I'll go here first because look, you otherwise you get ink, not ink, smudging. The pigment, that's the word I'm looking for. You get pigment on the page. I think I might need to just grab a tiny bit of paper. So when you lean on pencils, it's unavoidable, really. Let me just get a bit of paper, everyone. I've got it in front of me and just rip. It's a big eraser, that one. It's a Tihu one. That's it. I think it's just a comfort, Sophia. I think it's one of those things that we're so used to having them in the house. Even when we're both doing separate things, it's knowing that they're there to say, hi, hon, you okay in there, you know. Okay, so we're going to come here. And I'm going to go straight in with Indigo. It's just them. Hey again, Kathy. I'm back. So yeah, dark indigo. I'm just going to have this on my hand. This is all super dark in here, so we don't need too much of the light. Yeah, and the fur babies. It becomes just habit as well, but in a good way, not in a bad way. You know, like sometimes we do things and we get in a rut, but not for the best. No, we're on about the best ruts here. The best kind of rut. Would you call marriage a rut? It's kind of like a marriage when you've been with someone. No, not that hot, Rose. We usually have it about, oh, I'd say 26, 27, not 37. No way. Thank you so much, Kimberly. And then I'm just going to get my blender. Just grab your blender. It's just a Derwent blender. Yeah, I know. It's just without having the day and the certificate and the ring, which is what we want. But hey-ho. But it's a good rut, because you are in a rut after a little while doing anything. But yeah, it's a good one. Our poor other halves. Okay. Indigo blue again. So dark indigo. Oh, really? It might cool it. No, scrap that. I was going to say it might cool it down because it usually does, but it's not. It's going to heat it up. I think we're getting America's weather. So we've got to do some of that hair, which we, you know, you can't do until you've done these parts because it just would have got lost. So it's good to have a look. And then midnight into the other parts of it. It's very, very, very quick on these because there's only small amounts. So we're speeding up a bit now because we've got a little rhythm going. And then we're down to this area here, right? So as long as that's in your screens, okay. Take care, Marie. That's okay. You go get yourself comfy in bed. Thanks for coming. Sweet dreams. I'll be going in about an hour and a half once I've done everything for sure. Okay, so we're going to go back over to our dark indigo. If I can sleep. I didn't sleep at all last night. It was horrid, that heat. And I'm one of those really, really annoying people that cannot sleep with a fan on because I don't like the humming. So I'm just something, seriously, that needs to change. Okay, so we're just going to do this part of her corset. There's like shading in these areas. There's no kind of pattern to where the shading is, so I'm just going to kind of do my own thing a little bit and just put some sort of like that. I do, Mia. I do. I'm strongly considering it for next summer, I'm telling you. Okay, so we're going to come across here. I'm just going to do that quite deep. Go for midnight. And put that into all of the parts that you've gone. I'm just going in again. Okay, so we're going to come over to the other area after. See, it's going to look exactly the same as the opposite side. And then we're going to also grab our ocean blue dark. I'm just trying to find it then. And go to the very darkest parts here. That will be light. And remember, with colour mixing, you can colour mix pretty much everything. So you can put in your colours all together and mix them like you would with paints. You could do the same. It's like painting with coloured pencils. And now grab your blender. So back to your blender and just go from your light and pull to the dark. So you're going to graduate it. Same with when you're coming down. So this part, graduate into your light. Your dark will pull over as well. So you've got a light and dark area on both sides. So it should show in your screens. Hopefully it is. It's shown so well in a photo, I took a picture for the thumbnail and it come up amazing in the way of the colours that I was trying to wish for. And the good thing is there's a slight texture, and that's kind of what you, if it's something to do with your clothing's not completely smooth unless it's silk. So with anything like this, having a bit of a texture is pretty cool. But if you get an air diffuser, one of those things that they use for asthmatics. Yeah, you're like me. I can't sleep with a fan, Susie, because I can't stand the hum. Okay, so we're going to go to this tiny little bit here, and then we're almost done with the blue, and we can do that brown section, and then we've got the gold trim, and that's it for today. So we're going to go over to our dark indigo again. I don't think I'm going to go on that blue, which is good, so I won't need that for the time being. If you look up as well, when you look at coloured pencil books, they do a lot of that, explaining that it is like painting and it's an art form. So if you've got that mastered, you could do your own stuff eventually. I mean, it takes time and practice. And I think it really is an art form. It's so therapeutic to do, and so rewarding to see a page come to life. Hey, Rochelle. Okay, over to you, Midnight Blue again. How do you pick your colours? That's a good question. I'm wondering how people, so many different people have got different ways to pick. Do you pick by what? Do you go, like with me, I go off one thing. So I've got an idea for one thing on a page and I go from there. How do you pick your colours? Do you pick them prior? Do you just go with it? Do you do a mid? Mine's always a mid-tone, a light tone, a dark tone, and the darkest tone. So I've usually got 4 tones. Very rarely do I have 3. Like, what is it that you look for? Yeah, so you're saying I usually go for 1. You struggle with picking colours, Mona. And what usually stumps you? What is it that stops you in your tracks? Maybe some of us can like prompt. Because if a picture's not calling me, I'll struggle and I'll move on to something that is. But if I look at a page and one thing I like with her, I knew I wanted indigo. So now it's going from there, what will go with that kind of thing. Okay. And you do as well, Kathy. Hi, Mum. I didn't realise you popped in. I thought she'd gone to bed. Okay, and Midnight Black. Do you not like to try, like I always try to think about complementary colours, but sometimes I don't like the complementary colours opposing. So I don't like the colour that sort of matches on a colour wheel opposite, if that makes sense. So I tend to like a colour scheme more than the complementary. So if I looked at a picture, for instance, you got Jack Sparrow as a pirate. He's got browns, he's got dark olives, dark reds, blacks. Yeah. Yeah, I think most people usually do the random. But when I look at your works, all of you on Instagram, you'd never know. So whatever it is that blocks you at first must go away on vacation, because you tend to do such beautiful pictures. Okay, so this bit here is going to be our lightest again, and then we're going to do the golds. So we're going to go to our Midnight Blue. And just go all around the top, because we're also going to give this a trim. We're going to give a trim down those little sections there as well. So just go all the way up. Don't worry about doing it, you know, blended right now. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, same here, Maria. I think a lot, yeah, I'm with you 100%. I find that sometimes backgrounds can make or break a picture. And if they go wrong, they can undo all your hard work. You know, that's just personal to you kind of thing. Not necessarily has it, it's just in your, as long as you're happy with your own picture. I think if you aren't, that's where it becomes disheartening. They are really lovely, Michelle. Okay, I'm back to Ocean Blue Dark. And we're only going to go partially sort of to about here. So just halfway. It's not going to focus on this bit. Same with here. We're only going to partially come up because you're going to blend it with your blender. Because you're going to come with your Posca and do some detailing and a black. We need a black pencil. Okay. So just partially, because otherwise it's not going to focus for a minute. So again, grab your blender and blend out your lines. And the same, just these are very highly pigmented. Okay. There we go. Now we are going to need a black. Now you can grab any black. So just grab a black, whatever black you want. I've just grabbed my polychromos. Hawaii does look beautiful. Grab any black. It doesn't matter which one. And I'm just going to make sure that sections that I'm looking for have a shadow. So underneath the buckle, I'm going to bring that line up. And I'm just going to add enough in to make that shading that tad more, because you've got hair here. Now, her hair is also going to come off this. So you can add some black in just on the ends of the hair to make them stand out. Now you need your white Posca. Give it a good old shake. And we're just going to add a very even and evenly spaced line for stitching. Yeah, and it's going to be the same on this side. So just an even stitch. And the same with coming down, oops. And that's what not to do. Don't smudge one. It doesn't matter because we can just correct that. There we go. And the same with coming down this one. We're going to have a smaller stitch. Like that. Thank you so much, Kathy. Hey, April, we are back again. There we go. So it's just stitching on those. It kind of all merges together, doesn't it? Okay, now we're going to go back to doing that trimming and her. It's like a corset, the underneath part. So let's get our cards. I think brown ochre is going to be my first. Just trying to decide. I think I do brown ochre. We'll do that one. Just having a look at my cards. Hold on. I think we'll go for those. We won't go for any more. If we need some black, we'll put some black in, but I think we're going to go mostly for that colour. Lozzie, I am using Nelly the Elephant to keep them in, because they're what I'm using. Cool. I love it. Okay, 2 seconds. Let me just check my phone because I think it just went off. Oh, it was Katie. I'll have a look after. And, oh no, I'll have a look after. Okay. So, I'm going to go for brown ochre first. So, brown ochre, natural brown, and Van Dyke brown. I'm just getting the other pencil out. Where did I put that? I'm sure my mind's going. There it is. Alright, that's it. I got it. Okay, so down to our brown ochre. Are you guys nice and clear to what I'm doing? I'm going to go over the entire area very lightly with this colour. I know some of the time it won't focus on the area, which is really, really, really annoying. I'm hoping you're clear enough to see what I'm doing. So I'm going over the entire area with the brown ochre. Is it focusing for you? Because it's kind of focusing on one thing and not another. So just go over everywhere. A light coverage, because again, dodge the little rings because they will be in gold. That is a string, but that's her skin in between. So just, it's just to cover the white spaces, because we're going to come with this colour. It's going to be tough looking. Okay, so the next colour is going to be Van Dyke browns. But I love Jack Sparrow. I think he'd end up having a crush on her, really. Let's face it, he's fun. Okay, so we're going to make this very lightly. Just I'm putting in where I want my shading to go. Underneath here for sure. And bringing down into here and sections here too. So just like, just roughly. Let me see if zooming in makes a difference, because it's kind of just focusing a little bit on the parrot. It might not focus as much as I want it to unless I put it up this way. Let's try that. So again, just, it tends to focus on faces, I think, and that's why. This part as well. And bring that sort of ragged look up to here. Because we are going to go in another time with the brown ochre, which was our initial colour. So we're just going to bring this in first and kind of just make it a little bit rough. Okay. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a nice night, Susie. I'll call you when I've done the bits at home. I'll message you beforehand. Night-night. Nighty-night. Natural brown is going to be my darkest, and we're going to come back to our brown ochre. Chip, please don't. Oh my gosh, 1 minute, everyone. He's still sitting at the top of the stairs. 1 minute. Come here. Munchkin, where are you? No, come on, upstairs. 1 minute, everyone. Come on. Upstairs, monkey. Come on. No, you can't sit down here. Come on, upstairs. Upstairs. I know, it's colder down here, actually. I'm probably wondering why you're coming down. Come and say hello to everybody. You can't lay down there. Is it because it's a lot cooler? Ah, Munchkin. I've got a chip here. He's here. He was downstairs sitting. It's off the ladder. It's alright. Go and sit down. Go on, baby. Bless him. He was laying downstairs by the door. He's so hot. Downstairs by the door is the coolest. Okay, natural brown is my darkest. You alright there, Squirt? Hey. It's okay. No, it's going to be hotter on Thursday. Poor boy. He's got such a thick coat and I just feel so bad for him because he's so hot. Okay, so I don't want too much of this. And then I'm going to go back to my brown ochre, which was my original colour. He's just roasting, honestly, Rochelle. He really is. He's suffering in this heat. Okay, so back to my lightest. And go into all the lightest spaces. And we're going to blend this together as well with the blender. But make sure the blender is clean, because it's going to have blue on it. Otherwise, you're going to muddy the colours. Because quite often I forget to do that myself. And I've muddied colours together so bad. And thought, Sam, why the hell didn't you just clean it? Okay, so make sure you're... Yeah, I give him ice cubes all day. All day. He loves an ice cube or 5. Yeah, I usually do his feet. I put his feet in water. He's so hot. Okay, and now get your blender. Yeah, if you do their feet, it's supposed to cool them. So I don't know if it is, but he's so warm. I know the feeling. We're both suffering today. Hopefully it'll start to cool down after Thursday. Okay, so grab that blender. Put those colours together. I'm going to come in with a darker colour in a moment, but it might be black just to make it a bit deeper. Because I wanted it a light colour. So grab a black, doesn't matter which. And I'm just going to make sure that on the underneaths and the middles, you know, the middle, like the hole, I'm going to make that slightly black. And I'm just going to kind of drop in a bit of black here. So with black and applying black into any colour, remember it's a very light application, because then you can grab your blender and just make sure that you blend out some of that black. Go on the underneath where there will be a shadow, and the very, very deep parts of where the corset might be. Just, you know, you kind of get the gist. Where there's an object, there's a shadow kind of thing. Wherever an object lays, there will be a shadow. Okay, so that's her corset. Just trying to think if I want to add any deeper to that. Yeah, okay, so we're going to come in with natural brown a little bit more until I'm happy. Just add in a tiny bit more at the tops. You know me, I have to fiddle until I'm happy. So you can layer, and that's a good thing. Layering and adding until you are happy is always key. It's what you want that counts. Remember that. So yeah, that's what we're going to do now. Right, let's go to our banana. And this will go on all of these areas. So just put it to all the places that you want gold. So literally every single part. Just put banana first, then you know exactly where it's going. All these little rings will be them. The buckle there. And we'll go for this part here as well. So all your gold, put your lightest tone down first. This banana is so pigmented, it is crazy. Don't forget your side bits as well. And hopefully it will stand out. Now the trim on her hat we've still got to do. There we go. Banana. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, and then we wanted, I think it was Sienna last time. Yeah. I want Sienna next. And again, just go to where you want shading only. So not over the entire thing. And to one side of each circle. So just come in slightly, otherwise it's going to overshadow. So one side of these little circles and only slightly up in these buckled parts here. Just round. I think it kind of all goes together. Detailing will always come in at the end, like with your pens, with your Posca, you know, all of that. We can always add that in as we go along. Just go around. And then, yeah, it kind of all goes, I think, these colours. For some bizarre reason, though, I'm just going to grab a black. It's not focusing on the picture like how it should on the screen. It's kind of not in focus, which is a bit bizarre. Okay. Thank you, Ashley. Hiya. So just grab your black and you can kind of just go to one side. Now the black is just going to give us a little bit of shading. Not too much, which is perfect. Just go to the middles. You can always get a black Posca as well to put any detailing in. It kind of just will make it pop. And the same coming down here. You could do this with your midnight black. You can come in with chocolate, any of that. You just need a darker tone to help it pop. So just come in slightly. Just like that. So hopefully it will focus if I kind of do that. You can see the details. So here, I'm going to come back with Sienna in a minute. And then back in with my banana. And then I'm just going to put midnight black. You see your buckled area. I'm just going to make that. This is just a black, but you can do midnight black. Either or is going to work for this. I'm just making this stand out because it's kind of like not left a separation, and I really wanted it to. Okay, Charlotte. Okay. So we're still coming the detailing of her hair again. We've got her hair colours written down, so we'll come back to that after when we do the face and stuff and the skin. Don't do that until we've done the skin. Right, so we've got to come up to this hat. Now, we'll have a sip of tea. I really want to just go in with the same colours if I'm honest. So I'm kind of just going to go with what I was doing. Sienna, let's get our chocolate one as well. I think we'll go for these colours, everyone. So am I all in shot? Am I in screen? Are you good? Can you see? Oh, I know. I'm having one of those days, Andrea. And Hiya. I'm having one of those days. I've got it in my mind to do this clothing. So that when we come back on the next stream on Saturday, we could potentially get near to finishing her. And then we've only got the background. Because I really want to do the detailing of the feathers on the next one as well. So grab a piece of paper. All those little details we can come in with after. So that's going to be darker there. And mine's the blue because it will turn it green. Just come in very, very carefully with your banana. I'm going to do the middle there, the blues as well. Thank you. Okay, so that's the one colour down, right? So now we've got to go in with Sienna. So we're going to go for this side. Oh my goodness. Did you see that just come off? And I didn't even press hard. This is how hot it is. I'm pressing so light. But it's so hot. So everything is sort of very crumbly. I'm going to have to put these pencils away as soon as possible so they don't get too hot. Okay, so we're going to come in here with that. Take care, Sue. Thanks for joining us. I hope your pain dwindles. I know the feeling, so I know you can't, it won't go. Because people say, I hope your pain goes. And you're like, just to dwindle would be good. I hope it dwindles. So we're not going over the entire part, we're just going into sections. And you can meet that sort of shading halfway. Oh, that's okay. Lurk away. Lurking's just as important. It's still support, thank you. There we go. So that's the amount of sienna I'm going to put in there, because that's enough, isn't it? You don't need too much. Right, now with the chocolate, which is what I am going to put in, I'm not going to put a huge amount. Let me grab. I am, Connie. I'm back. I just, in between, I quickly did a few bits and then I came back. But I'm not on for much longer. I'm just trying to finish her hat. And then, yeah, and that'll be enough for today. So I'm going to go for chocolate. Now, as I said, I'm going to go very lightly with this one. This is just to add the deepest parts. And also, you've got these little sections of like lace, but I'm going to put those, some of them in white. but that's all the details that comes last. So I'm not doing too much. So when you're thinking about adding stuff into like the goldy colours, you don't need a heck of a lot, because it really does just need a small amount to shade it. Thank you. Oh, fresh bedding. I need a nice shower and get into my covers very shortly. But I've got to do that Alina video, which we'll upload after. I want to get it all done today, so I'm going to have a busy week. So nice to look at. Such a light, bright colour against such a deep, rich blue. It just kind of bounces, doesn't it? So as you can see, I'm only adding a minimal amount. I'm kind of just going really lightly like this with it. Ah, thank you. I love doing hair. And then the deeper parts would just be some of it. So there's a little section there, and there's a little section here, and one small section there. That's it. And then the rest is going to come back with some banana. So go back to your original colour, the original bright colour, and this is going to just make it all come together. So very, very lightly in circular motions, go over the entire thing what you have just done, and it should just all merge. I don't think you'll need a blender for this part personally. There we go. And then when you come down here, it's going to be a little bit deeper, so just one small motion like that. Coming here as well. Just kind of bring the colours together. See, in small areas where you haven't got such a large part to cover, they blend beautifully. So I do think it's just temperamental of the paper and not a reflection on the pencil. Okay, so that kind of really works, isn't it? Same with these little chains. Just go with the banana. Just go over all of them. Be careful of the blue. And the same with coming here. So just go over the chain and be very mindful. Not yet, Sean. I'm going to. The end of the month. I don't need them right now, but it was something that I wanted to get a little bit of feedback on before I dive in, because if you've got everything else, did I really need them, kind of thing. I really do, Connie. I do. They're beautiful. However, it's really hard to judge anything on this paper, as I was saying, but yeah, beautiful. Colours are so pigmented. Do you find that as well? Like, you barely need to put any down. Because you did your myth, no, not your mytho. Which one was it in? You did your Kirby book with them. Did you find you barely needed to touch the paper? Take care, Becky. And chocolate. So very minimal amount. Because I signed up to the Kirsty Partridge art, and she does all of her watercolour stuff with the Cotmans, but she does say you can convert them to any set that you've got. So I wondered if it was worth it, because I think most people got, you know, the colours in other sets, so to speak. But yeah, they're quite good for the money. You get 45. Yeah, they're very, very very pigmented and very soft. Like, you barely need any, do you? Okay, so let's go for the colours again. I'm going to have to try and do this where I'm not going to... Can you see the colour cards? So there's these rings here. Just going around all of these rings. And the same with this part. So the middle is going to be indigo. And we'll leave that jewel and the feathers and her skin for the next string, which should be on Saturday. Definitely won't be Thursday. Okay. Oh my gosh, April, can you send it here? Oh, sounds like heaven. I think I'd be out in it right now if it came here. Take care, Mia. Okay, Sienna. Let's go on some. So I'm going to go on half of it. It's funny because when I go abroad, I go to like Egypt when it's 45 degrees and I will sit and bask in the sun all day. But I've got the beach and I've got a pool and I'm not cooking, I'm not doing stuff. It's just a total relax. When you're at home, it's totally different and the humidity is different as well. And chocolate. Go for it, I would. My neighbours would think I've lost the plot, I think. Okay, so it's just small amounts. Just going to go around. See? Kind of goes from there. Okay, and in the middle, very quickly, it is so dry and the humidity is like 8%. So you're not, although it's so hot, you're not sweaty hot, if that makes sense. Like you're just hot without sweating to death. It's so different. It's so nice. Okay, I'm going to need the black and the white and the blender and our blues, and then we're going to finish up there. So let's get our blues back. Dark indigo denim. I think the middle we're just going to go for denim, and again just go where you want lightest. You're going to get your blender in on this, so just put it in first. It's such a nice combination because you're going to go back to dark and then blend. There we go. So that is the colour combination. Come back to your darkest and now you can start to layer up and give it some depth. And that's when you'll see the difference between where your light and your dark sources go. Did you see May? I was watching her stream back properly. She's almost finished 10 to 4 enchantments. That is quite an achievement because I was looking through that and there's a lot of detail in that book. So that's another book she's finished. It's amazing. Hi, Sahara. It is an achievement. Did you see it? She's coloured so much in it. I was like, wow. She's just so quick. So quick. I'd love to have half of her quickness. I know that's not a word, but it is in my dictionary. Her speedy fingers. Okay, and now we're going to get the blender. So just grab onto your blender again. I mean, everything is so soft, and I am not pressing hard, I promise you. It's just the heat. I struggle sometimes to do 4 to 5 if I'm doing stuff for the channel in my own time. This month was such an achievement for me. I actually coloured, but that was because Tilly wasn't well and I was beside her 24/7, and I had that sort of time to sit with her and do it because I didn't leave her. But I find it difficult because I'm planning stuff for here, and when I do the charts or I get requests or something, I find that I'm spending all my time, and I do need to find a balance with that, because otherwise I'm not doing it for myself ever. And I don't mind that, but there's got to be a balance somewhere, because everyone needs time for themselves, for their hobby. There we go. Andrea, I've extended my time till the 5th, very latest the 8th of August, and I'm hoping by mid-August. No, the paper doesn't feel spongy. It's very smooth, extremely smooth. It's a very smooth paper. It's very hard to explain what the paper feels like. It's like it's just got no tooth whatsoever, so it's thick-ish, but very, very smooth. Okay. So that is where I'm going to leave up, I think. I might put some details with black. Hold on. So this is just any black paper, black pencil. Just going on the underneath slightly. Yeah, my video will be put out by mid-August, roughly. I think it all depends on when people are getting their pictures back, but I extended my time because people need a little bit more time, which is fine. It doesn't bother me because it just delays the video a little bit longer. But sort of, I'm thinking mid-August. That was the plan anyway, mid-August. So hopefully by then, Andrea, and then I can get it out and everyone can see it. Thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'm hoping around that time. That's cool with everyone. It was always going to be around mid-August because of putting the stuff together, but if I give people that extra week, it should still be on track. So it's got to be done in people's leisure and enjoyment and no stress, isn't it? Because that's not the point in it. It's not supposed to be stressful. It's supposed to bring joy and fun and happiness. Okay, so I'm just making sure. I think that's kind of really worked. Okay, so just over very quickly, thank you so much, Rochelle. Very quickly to my chain, I'm just gonna, you've got to do this so super light because yeah, it's so thin. Okay, just make sure that stands out. I'll come back to my gem another time. I think she's pretty, I'm just going to the gold. I think she's pretty much done in terms of those bits that I was after doing today. Just little silly details. Okay. And I'm going to quickly go and film the Lena Lazareva. This book is Nocturnes by, it's in the title, it's Nocturnes by Anastasia Elly Koldereva, and we're doing the pirate page. So there's beautiful, if you've not seen this, there is the most stunning illustrations in this book. Stunning, utterly stunning. And I love her work and I think she's incredible. So I'm going to thank you all for joining me a second time. At least we got done what we needed to get done today. I will be back on Saturday with another part, and hopefully we can get most of her done so that we can move on to other things as well. So I like to do them in real time, so you've got something to, you know, I come and try to explain my methods like I've always done and colour along every now and then so that you can do it with me, and this will be one of them. I'll put, give me till tomorrow, I will get my conversions over onto YouTube for you for the Prismas. So if you haven't got these pencils, you can always look at the Prismas. Thank you all as usual, and I will speak to you all at some point, I am sure. Thank you so much. I will also catch up on emails, messages, etc. I've had so many and I will get around to them, I promise you. Thank you everyone. You have a good night. I will see you on Saturday hopefully.